All right, let's talk about AI and the future of programming. This is a huge topic, right? There's a lot of noise out there, so we're going to cut right through it and get to what really matters. So let's just get right to the big question, the one that's probably on everyone's mind. Will AI replace programmers? I mean, if AI can write code, is there even a point to learning it anymore? It's a totally fair question, so let's jump right in. Well, the thing is, the reality is way more interesting than a simple yes or no. What we're actually seeing is this huge shift in what being a developer even means. It's not about being replaced, it's about the job itself evolving. So instead of thinking of AI as something that's going to take your job, think of it more like a co-pilot. Yeah, like an incredibly smart assistant that's sitting right there with you, helping you build better software and do it a whole lot faster. And AI's impact isn't just in one little corner of programming, it's everywhere. We're talking about the entire development process. It helps you write code faster, it makes debugging less of a headache, it can automate testing, it even helps with design. It's a tool that boosts your skills every step of the way. I mean, think about it. All that repetitive stuff you have to write, you know, the setup code, what we call boilerplate, or those simple little functions you type out over and over. AI is amazing at just spitting that out instantly. And that leaves you free to focus on the really hard stuff, the creative problem solving that's actually fun. So, for example, you could ask an AI to whip up a simple Python loop to print numbers from 1 to 10, and bam, it gives you the code. Perfect. But what if you only wanted the even numbers? See, that's where you step in. The AI gives you the starting point, but your brain, your understanding of logic, is what allows you to tweak it and get exactly what you need. But let's be real, a huge part of coding is when things go wrong, right? Debugging, that super frustrating process of hunting down bugs. And this, right here, is where AI is an absolute game changer. Seriously, it's maybe one of the most powerful things it can do for a developer. Okay, so check out this new workflow. You get one of those weird cryptic error messages. Instead of pulling your hair out, you just copy and paste it into an AI. And the cool part is, it doesn't just tell you how to fix it, it explains why it broke in the first place. So you're still learning, you're still in charge, but finding that missing semicolon now takes, what, seconds instead of hours? All right, so what does this all mean for the bigger picture? Well, with AI taking care of all the boring routine stuff, the role of the developer is actually changing. It's being elevated. Yeah, you can really see the shift here. Before, so much time was spent just writing boilerplate code or doing manual debugging. Now, with AI, developers can focus on the big stuff, designing system architecture, really digging into creative problem solving, and figuring out the best ways to use all these new AI tools. Okay, so the logical question is, if AI is doing more of the work, doesn't that mean fewer jobs for people? You'd think so, right? But the data says something completely different. In fact, it's the total opposite. What's happening is that this AI explosion has created a massive, and I mean massive, need for even more software. Every single industry out there wants its own AI-powered apps, and guess who they need to build and manage all that? Skilled developers. And look, this isn't just a guess. We've got the numbers to back it up. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics is projecting a 25% job growth for software developers. 25%? Just to give you some context, that is way, way faster than the average for pretty much all other jobs out there. So what does that 25% actually look like in real numbers? It means we're expecting over 400,000 job openings every single year for the next 10 years. The demand isn't just growing, it's exploding. Which brings us to probably the most important point of this whole discussion, why your skills, those core programming fundamentals, are more critical now than they have ever been. Let's walk through a practical example to really see what I mean. Say you need to write a little program that calculates the average of some test scores. So you think, hey, I'll ask an AI to get me started. And it spits out a function that honestly looks pretty good. And this code, it works. Technically, it does exactly what you asked it to do. But there's something missing. It's missing context. It doesn't understand the real world, the kind of things that a human developer just knows to look for. And this is exactly where you come in. See, the AI has no idea that a test score can't be negative or, say, over 100. That's real-world knowledge. So you, with your human brain, you add that crucial error checking. And that's what makes the code actually useful and reliable. That's the key difference. You're not just writing code, you're solving a real problem. So, let's wrap this up. The key takeaway here is that AI is not here to replace you. It's here to be a tool that empowers you. It's an amplifier for your skills. It makes you faster and more powerful for sure, but it still needs you, your core knowledge of loops, logic, and design to guide it. So, in the end, AI is the tool. The real question is, what are you going to build with it? Because when you master the fundamentals of programming, you're not just learning how to code, you're learning how to think, how to solve problems, and how to command the future of technology. It's pretty exciting stuff.